Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Eating by Diane Marie. I am your host today. And today we're going to do some bubble scoops. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's put on our gloves. And I'm not sure what we're going to do today or what color we're going to use. We're just going to try to play it by ear, I guess. So today we're going to do bubble scoops, and we're going to need a bucket to weigh everything in. So I am getting a bucket so that we can weigh everything in. Sorry about the jolt. And I'm rinsing it out with my 99% alcohol. Here we go. Here we're going to put everything on our scale. And furthermore, I do not see my extra we just have to do it with this because I don't see my extra oh, here it is, my extra strainer. So this is our strainer we're going to use to weigh out all our ingredients, and we're going to cut on our scale, and we're going to weigh out. Our first ingredient is baking soda. So, oh, give me just a second. Okay. So, we're going to use baking soda at this point. So, alright, so let's weigh out our baking soda. And we're going to need baking soda weighed out. And this is a new recipe, so we're going to just weigh it out. Okay, now let's go ahead and add in our SLSA. That is lauryl sulfur acetate. That is going to help make our bubble scoops foam and make bubbles in the bathtub. So, let me find it. It's here somewhere among these stuff that's in my floor here. So give me a minute and let me find it. I have little space, so it's hard to place everything. The shelves are full. Everything is just overwhelming at this particular moment. Okay, so I don't see my SLSA, but we can add in our SCI noodles. And this is a powder. So let's go ahead and add some of this in. So what you need to do is to put your mask on so that you won't breathe this stuff in, because it will puff up and make you cough, and you don't want that stuff in your lungs. So let's go ahead and put our mask on. And do I have a, yeah, I do have it in there. Alright, so let's turn our scale back on. And we're going to scoop some of this in here. This is also a surfactant. Okay guys, give me a second here. Okay guys, we're back. So I found my SLSA and we're going to use that. Even though I got 90 grams in here, we're not going to put as much in here. We're going to do both SCI and SLSA. So let's go ahead and add it in. Alright, give me just a second.
Creole.
Back. Alright, so now we're done with this. Normally I add this in last, but since we are already here, okay. And then we're going to add in our cream of tartar and cornstarch. We're going to add in our cream of tartar. Okay. We're going to turn our scale. Okay. That's our cream of tartar. And then we're going to add in our cornstarch. We're going to tear our scale in. actually. We need to sift this. Alright, and then we're going to tear our scale. Okay, that's our cornstarch. Alright. So we're sifting our cornstarch. Okay, we're going to turn our scale again. And that's it. So now we're going to put this into our mixer and we're going to add colorant to it. So let's go ahead and pour into our mixer. So let's get our colorant. So today's colorant of the day is going to be from, let's see, let's do Nurture soap, and let's do a pink Hollywood today from Nurture soap. So they're not Nurture soap anymore. They're Nurture Nature Homemade. I think that's what that is. So we're going to take some of this and we're going to give this a scoop here. And we're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon. If I need more, I will add it. But for now, we're just going to do that. And I thought I had my cover, but since we don't have a cover, so we're just going to take our towel here and we're just going to wrap this around our thing so we won't kick up so much dust. And we're going to turn this on and let it mix up that powder. Now we're going to weigh out our wet ingredients. So we're going to need our glycerin. We're going to turn our scale back on. And we're going to add in our glycerin here. Okay. We're also going to add in our cocoa betaine. That. Okay. Alrighty, and we're going to add in our shea butter. Since we have it out. So we're going to tear that. And we're just going to add shea butter in here. I'm going to turn this off. And we're going to add a couple more drops here. Okay. Okay, we've got our shea butter in, and we're just going to let this melt on slow heat. So I got my water bath here, and we're just going to melt that in our water bath. It's clean, y'all. It's 100% alcohol clean. Everything is bleached and clean. Okay, so now we got to pick a fragrance, and we've got to put Poly 80 in there. So I've got to go get my Poly 80. Poly 80 helps the oil disperse in water, because you know oil and water do not mix. So we have our Poly 80 here, and we're going to put that in. And for the fragrance that we're going to use, since we use Hollywood Pink, let's use a, let's see, okay, let's use something. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Oh. Oh. Let's use Coco Cabana. And this is from Nature's Garden. Coco Cabana. So we'll use that as for our fragrance. So while our oils is mixing, well, melting, while they are melting, and I'm going to let that melt, then I'll come back and we'll add in our fragrance, our polysorbate 80, and we'll come back and get everything mixed up together. And I'm going to bring you back. So right now, this is what it looks like now. It's all pink, all to the side. So it's all pink. So right now, it's a light pink. Once the oils complete, they will get it a little bit darker. So I will bring you guys back in a flash. Okay guys, since our oils is melted, now we're going to add in the polysorbate 80, and we're going to, let me make sure here, we're going to add in our fragrance oil. So Okay. And we're going to turn on our scale. And we're going to add in our fragrance oil. So I am going to add just a little bit more mica in here, and I'm going to let that mix up. And we're going to let that mix slowly, but let's wrap her up. And let's get that mixed. So I also want to add some holographic biodegradable glitter. This is from Two Wild Hairs. So we're going to stop this, and we're just going to scoop some of that in there. And get that mixed up. Just want to add. And they're so cute. They look like little hearts, and they're holographic. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Two Wild Hairs. I'm just going to add a little bit in there, not a whole lot. And so as this goes in, we're just going to pour it in. It looks more like a frosting than bubble scoops. Yeah, it looks more like a frosting. So I'm gonna have to add in more baking soda, because it looks more like a cake frosting. This is a new recipe, y'all. Maybe it just needs to mix. I don't know. But we'll see. So I'm going to cut this off. Show you what it looks like. It looks like a frosting. This is not what I want, but we're learning. We're making bubble scoops. And this is my own recipe. So we're cool about this. So basically what I am going to do, I am going to add in more baking soda. And we're going to go ahead and sift it. So I'm going to add, let's add about 2 ounces of baking soda into this. We're going to close that up. Ouch. Okay. These are 2 ounces of baking soda. So we're going to add that right on in there. Now it looks more like bubble scoops. Okay? So we added 2 ounces of baking soda. That's what it looks like. Looks soft and smooth. Okay. So we're going to let that mix. It looks more like a thick frosting. We're just going to let that mix. We're going to bring it up so you guys can see. That's what it looks like. It doesn't normally look like the typical bath bomb, scoop, bubble scoop. But we're getting there. So here I have my medium scoop here. I have my medium scoop. So let's stop it just for a second. So I just want to see something. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to take this and we're going to press it down. It looks more like a frosting than a bubble scoop. So we're just testing it out. And that's what it looks like. Is it going to go flat? I don't know. But that's what it looks like, people. This is our bubble scoop. But it's so soft that it's fluffy and light and airy. So what I'm going to do is let that continue to mix. And I am going to mix it. I like it, but it needs to harden. So, like I said, this is a new recipe. And I've never used it before, and we're trying our own, trying to make our own recipe. And we're just going to see what it looks like. Like I said, I like it. I need these to dry really, really hard. So I'm going to keep mixing. I think we're almost there in mixing at this point, but I want to make sure that everything is mixed together. This is my own recipe. Normally, I am afraid of vegetable glycerin because normally it attracts water and it makes it soft. Now, I use 3 ounces of vegetable glycerin. I don't like it, but I did. I used it. And vegetable glycerin is not bad. It's just that it attracts moisture in the air. So I formulated this to be moisturizing and hydrating, and we'll see. And if it's too soft and it won't dry hard, then we will take out, you know, maybe 2 ounces of that, and then we'll add that to the shea butter, you know. But we'll see. We'll just try to figure out what, you know, what's good and what's not. And it's still standing. It's still holding its shape. Of course, you guys can't see that, but it's still holding its shape. And it looks really good. So I am going to stop here at this point and let it fall wherever it may be. And I designed it to be fluffy, not sticky, not gooey, and that's the way it's acting, but we'll see. So, and we've got to let this dry for, let's see what my notes say. It says it needs to dry for 'It doesn't say on this sheet. But we're going to let it dry for, we'll check it at 12. We'll check it at 24. And then we'll check it at 48. And see how well it does. If it dries at 12, I will bring you guys back and let you see the results in this. Because like I said, I formulated this to do very well. And we're going to get started making our scoops. Let's see if I can scoop this one over. Nope, I can't. So that's fine. We'll just go with that. We're going to let these dry. Like I said, I've not had any successful bubble scoops. And I wanted to do my own formula. And I've bought formulas in the past. They did not work. And we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it works. It looks really, really good. And we'll see how many we get out of this. But we are experimenting today. Said this is new. I like new. They look so cute. They're nice and pinkish. So let's move this over a tad bit. Alright. So let me scrape the sides of my bowl here. Okay. This is what our bowl looks like. And I'm just scraping down the sides, trying to get all this inside. And I actually like this formula because it doesn't leave a whole lot on the side. And like I said, this is a new formula. We'll see. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. So all you got to do is go to www.edmsoaps.com and you can purchase this there. So that is the last of the bubble scoops. So I have this much left, and you know, y'all know I can't do nothing with this. I can't scoop this. So I am going to run my finger in it. Well, my thumb and my finger. There's my finger. Scoop it out. And I'm going to take this. Little ball. No, drop it back there. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming here today. And like I said, we're going to let this dry. We're going to check it at 12. Then we're going to check it at 24. And then we'll check it at 48. And see how this dries up for us. Thank you guys for watching. We just made Coconut Cabana Bubble Scoops, and we'll see you then. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Like and subscribe, share, tell your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers, your family, whoever like natural products. This is a natural product, and it's a bubble scoop. So basically what you do, you will take this and you will run you some bath water, and you will hold this or crumble it up under the bath water as it runs. Make sure you get the desired temperature that you would like your bath water to be, and then you're going to crumble it up, and it's going to create fluffy bubbles, and it's going to be hydrating your skin with the glycerin and the shea butter, and the poly 80 helps with the colorants, helps the oils and the colorants. It won't stick to the side of the tub. It won't adhere, and then you won't, it won't be really oily residue on the bottom or on the side of your tub. And then all you have to do is just jump in the tub and take a bath and relax and think about a tropical place. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day, and I will see you on the other side of the screen, and y'all have a good day. Goodbye for now.